Hello everybody, this is Karamasco018, and ignore this. I've been trying to pop it. Anyway, this is going to be my thoughts on Yuri on Ice, episode 2. And, yeah, this episode I wasn't too sure about, but it introduces a new character. Well, not really a new character because we've seen him in the first episode, but it gives more, I guess, attention to that character. And if somebody could clarify a few things for me during during this video, that would be great. Because, well, yeah. Please don't make me have to do anything and get up. Because they're barking at something. And usually they only bark like that at someone that's not family. Like, let's say, because I think that Dad's going to be having someone come by to check, like, the transformer. Because whenever we, like, turn something on, you've seen the light dim and turn back. So, yeah. He's having someone come by to check that. And that might be who they're barking at. Anyway, yeah, Yuri, the other Yuri, pops up in this episode more. And actually, he'll be in, I guess, I don't know how often he'll be in the show, to be honest, because I assume that there's some kind of big time skip or something. I could be wrong, because there's only 12 episodes in the show, and a lot apparently happens in the space of those 12 episodes. And we're already at episode 2. Stupid dogs won't shut up! Sorry. A little notification from YouTube pop up that I had a new comment, or a reply to a comment, and anyway. Yuri, what was his last name? Petrovsky or something? If I get that wrong, please don't, attack me or anything. It's hard for me to remember character names. And like I said, ignore that. Until we figure out what's going on with it, or fix the transformer, or whatever's causing it, it's gonna happen. Anyway, yeah, after Victor shows up in Japan, our Yuri, I was gonna say our Yuri because I like him better than the other Yuri because that guy's a jerk. He tells him that he's gonna be his coach, and yeah, they show him some of Japan's cuisine, or their Japanese cuisine anyway, and he obviously loves it. And he ends up being kind of a little bit of a tourist because he goes to all sorts of different landmarks in Japan and, takes pictures at them like a tourist would, which I found really cute. And, well, the other Yuri, I'll call him Yurio because that's actually what they do call him in the show, just to, distinguish between the two Yuris, finds out that Victor went to Japan, and apparently Victor made some sort of promise to him at one point in the past. And could somebody clarify how old the other Yuri and Victor were at the time the promise was made? Because I assume it was like 10 to 12 or something when the promise was made, because it didn't seem like he was that old. Because the promise is actually shown in this episode. Because he was wanting Victor to make choreograph essentially a skating routine for him, if he did a certain thing for, I don't remember what it was. I guess for, like, the nationals or something. I don't know. I don't know skating. If somebody could clarify all this for me, that'd be great. But, yeah, he apparently had said that if he didn't skate any quads or whatever those are, for, like, a certain competition, then Victor was supposed to choreograph a skating routine for him for the next big competition. And that was like years ago, and, well, Yuri's still holding him to that promise. Or Yurio's still holding him to that promise, I should say. And he gets mad that Victor left, so he goes to Japan to try and find Victor and bring him back. And I found it really amusing that you probably couldn't tell at the time that Yurio is just going through the areas that Victor had done, because he had taken pictures and obviously uploaded them, I guess, to the show's version of Instagram, I guess. Or if they actually do have Instagram or whatever. He uploaded them to Instagram, and that's how Yuri found out. And he was going to each one and yelling for Victor. I thought it was amusing because why would he assume that Victor is still there? What he should have done in the first place to find Victor is go to where Victor was staying and find out where he was then. Instead of racing all around Japan, going to all those different locations, trying to find Victor where Victor wasn't even there. He was going around yelling, Victor! I can't do a Russian accent to save my life. I probably couldn't do a Russian accent. I'm not even going to try. Because I would probably butcher it and I would feel ashamed at it. Anyway, yeah. Victor also told, before all this happened, I think Victor told our Yuri that he was not going to let him on the ice again until he lost all that weight. Because as we know, it's hard to tell sometimes because the clothes kind of hide it. But Victor, Yuri has the gut, but at times you can't tell he has it. So until he lost all that weight and got back to, in skating form, he's not going to let him back on the ice. And it's at this point when when the other Yuri found where Victor was, our Yuri had already lost all that weight. Which is great. Oh, and something really very awkward happened. Like, I think near the beginning of the episode, where Victor's wanting to, get to know Yuri, it kind of got a little awkward, I guess I could say. At least for me, anyway, and for Yuri, too. Because the poor guy was not expecting that. I expected that if he wanted to, get to know Victor, I think that he would have expected to get less touchy-feely. I mean, less physically touching. Because that's how it started. Thankfully, he got away from there before that happened. Or before it got really awkward, I should say. Because it was. Then again, I guess that's how Victor's approach is. Being all touchy. I know he wants to get to know the guy, so, obviously because you need to get to know someone you're teaching in order to be able to help them, but probably not the best way to go about doing that. But, yeah. Apparently, Yuri, I think Yuri did mention this in the first episode, but when he gets depressed, he binge eats, and that's what causes him to gain the weight, which is bad, because apparently he gains weight easy. And apparently, the main reason why he gained weight, or the main cause of it, I guess, was eating all those pork bowls, or whatever they called them, every day, when apparently he was only supposed to eat them, like, when he won, like, as a reward. Which I can understand that, because apparently I guess they're that good, but eating them every day, I'm guessing that is the reason why he got the weight he did. But anyway, by the time Yurio found the ice skating rink where Victor was at, yeah, Yuri had lost all the weight and made him sway his way inside, past all the, I think, media that was outside. And Yuko's girls were, keeping everybody outside, and Yurio got mad, obviously. Not just the fact that he was a jerk, but, well, because he was being detained while some nobody, in his eyes, was able to get inside. And he finally got inside, and Victor was in there skating. And we find out, like I mentioned before, the promise was that Victor made to Yurio way back when. Because, like I said, I assume that Yurio was like 10 or 12 at the time that promise was made. At least that's how young he looked anyway. If somebody could clarify for that, maybe it'd be great. And if not, that's fine. I could always look it up myself. But, yeah, apparently Victor forgot about the whole thing. Not that surprising. It's probably been years since then. Probably more than 10 years, I think. So, yeah. They decided to hold a little bit of a competition to see who was the best out of the two, because they both wanted to be his pupil, and he probably wouldn't have taken, I don't know if he was actually going to take on both of them, but they decided on the contest, and whoever won would get something from Victor, and Yurio wanted him to obviously keep the promise he made and go back to Russia with him to do so. And all Yuri wanted was to continue to obviously be his student and be able to learn from him. Which was essentially the same thing, but he wanted it to be, there in Japan. And when all this was decided, Victor was showing them the music he wanted, them to skate to during the little competition they were having. And there were apparently 2 different sections to the song. I don't know music either, so I could be wrong, but apparently it was essentially a love song, apparently, with 2 different types of love. Like, one is unconditional love and the other sexual love. And Yuri originally wanted to do the one that was for sexual love, and Yuri wanted the other one. And Victor turned it around by having them skate to the opposite, or wanting them to do the opposite. So Yuri got the sexual love one, and Yuri got the other one, which I found funny, as you could probably tell in the reaction. And just so you know, I would recommend watching the reaction before watching this, because I will obviously be reviewing the show, or the episode, in these videos, so yeah. Because if you watch this first, you'd be kind of spoiled on what happens in the reaction if you've never seen the show. Yeah, you don't want that. Anyway, he did this because I guess the point of doing figure skating, besides obviously doing it because you love it, is to, keep on surprising the audience, so that way, you're still good. And what better way to surprise the audience by skating something that you normally wouldn't skate to? And I can understand his logic. Anyway, something apparently upset Yuri. I don't remember exactly what it was. I'd have to go watch the video again, but he ended up heading back to the ice skating rink, and Victor found him there. And Yuko and her husband were talking about how Yuri always does this, and they don't want him to stop skating, essentially. They don't want it to be the end for him. And Victor ends up learning a bit more about Yuri in this episode. Anyway, sorry. I think this was the main stuff that happened in this episode. If there's anything that I missed that you guys want me to talk about, feel free to mention it in the comment section. And if you found my channel through these videos, and you haven't already subscribed, I would recommend doing so, because then and hitting the notification bell, because then you'll get notified of whenever I upload content. And nobody wants to miss content from a YouTuber that, they like. And just so you know, if you end up subscribing to my channel, I wish you would do it only because you enjoy the content, because I don't want pity subscribers. I don't want subscribers that are doing sub for subs, that are doing it all out of pity, because those people are not going to watch the content, and that's not fair. That's not fair to them. That's not fair to me. It's not fair to anybody. So if you do not enjoy my content, don't subscribe. And to be honest, if you don't like the content, then don't watch it, because that's putting yourself through torture. So, if you actually do enjoy my content, I would recommend subscribing. Even if it's only one series on this channel you like. I don't care. If it's only one series on the channel you like, that's fine. I might end up doing another series later that you would enjoy. Sorry, I'm still getting over the stupid cough. I still kind of got the sniffles a little bit and a little bit of a cough, but I think I'm getting over it. Anyway, that's all I have to say. And I've actually got goals to finish by the end of this year, which is only like a few, I counted the days, 34 days. Depending on, when I work, obviously. And I'm not counting Christmas or New Year's because, well, I'm going to be busy the whole day and I'm not going to be able to do any recordings. I hope to finish a few series by the end of this year, but it'll just depend. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all next time, hopefully. If you enjoy the content, of course.